If every text you send gets ghosted or polite one-word responses, then the opposite must be correct. Guys, there's that famous Seinfeld clip where George Costanza has a midlife crisis, recognizes that every single move he's ever made in his life, especially in regards to dating, has been completely wrong. And so what does he do? He decides to do the exact opposite of what his instincts say. Because as Jerry notes, if his natural instinct is wrong, then the opposite must be correct.
My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents.
I'm Victoria. Hi.
It's not just a bit from a sitcom, it's actually super deep dating psychology. Because what George demonstrates by the vibe he gives off by saying that, it's not the words, look past the words, the vibe he gives off is that he's totally secure in who he is, even if he has no reason to be. That he is just so detached from the outcome that he just doesn't care that much, which is extremely attractive to women because that reads as confidence. And that he's just a fun, playful guy, okay? So, and this line, I mean, honestly, I'll use this line. When a woman asks me on a date, what do I do for work? I don't tell her I work in advertising. I tell her I'm unemployed and living with my parents. And if those types of superficiality things are gonna be a deal breaker, then maybe this just won't work. And I say it with a straight face and it always gets a good laugh. Okay, so guys, what you have to understand, and this goes back to the text game, the text communication specifically, whether you're on the dating apps or whether you're texting after you meet her at a bar or in a park like this in person. Because so many of you guys are like George Costanza and you don't even realize it. All of your instincts that made you successful in the real world, you being ambitious, you being thoughtful and conscientious, all of this, when you apply it to the text game, reads as overcompensating, as low value, even though in every other area of your life, it's what made you high value. So let me give you some examples here. And I have to bring this up because the Guy app, link in the description, yes, it's helping men finally text like the catch they are and getting way better results than they ever have. But there's always this initial period we've had to help our customers get past because they're always super hesitant to send what it suggests because it goes against everything their hardwiring tells them they should be sending to women on the apps. But that's exactly why it works, because it's the exact opposite of what they think to say when they're given full control over the chat. So guys, let me give you an example. And link is in the description if you want to check out the Guy app and actually transform your text game once and for all. But your instinct says to reference the bio. The opposite, ignore it completely, and I'll show you some examples in just a bit of what that actually looks like. Your instincts say to ask a question. The opposite, make a statement so absurd she has to ask more questions. Your instinct says to be warm and friendly. The opposite, be dry, flat, and unbothered. So let me give you an example. So say her prompt says, I geek out on trying every coffee shop in the city. Right now, your natural instinct is probably to say something like, oh nice, I'm a huge coffee person too, exclamation point. I actually just found this amazing little spot downtown. They do a incredible lavender oat milk latte. That's incredible. What's your go-to order? So yeah, I get it, guys. You're referencing the bio. You're showing that you have shared hobbies. You're asking a thoughtful question. You're demonstrating value. You're demonstrating how of a 21st century man you are because you order an oat milk lavender latte, right? You're not like some you get the idea. But what kind of spark is that message going to create? Chances are, if you're watching this video still, you're going to get a polite one-word response. You'll ask a follow-up question again, and then you'll get ghosted. Now, here's what you should say instead. So again, her prompt is, I geek out on trying every coffee shop in the city. What you should say, now let's first do an analysis of why that message won't work. So, oh nice, you just gave her a participation trophy for having a hobby. She posted something about herself and your first instinct was to applaud. This comes right from the Guy app, okay? Because the Guy app is not just going to give you pickup lines, right, like ChatGPT. No, it's built on the cutting edge latest AI model with a vast custom prompt, and it's gonna give you an analysis of why the text you're thinking about sending won't work, and an analysis of what's actually happening in the conversation so you can move forward with one hand-picked line. So think of it as like a text coach. Think about it as like your best friend who you can text 24/7, he's always in your pocket, and he has great game. He's gonna help you not fumble the match and actually get out on a date with the women of your dreams, quite honestly. So yeah, I think you get it. I'm a huge coffee person too. You just told her you're the same as her and the same as every other guy who said this. You volunteered to be identical and now you're a duplicate clone in her inbox. What you should send instead is, number 1, I got into an argument with a pharmacist this morning and I lost. Number 2, my neighbor left a note on my door and I can't read this handwriting, so I've just been spiraling. Or number 3, I think I owe you an apology, but I haven't figured out what for yet. And it says I'd go with 2, the neighbor bit. It has a whole little world in it. The neighbor, the note, the unreasonable handwriting, the spiral. She has no idea what's happening. And she has like 4 doors she can walk through. Every other guy in her inbox is asking about her favorite latte. You just showed up mid-crisis about a note you can't read. So hopefully there you get the idea. And guys, I get it, because I was George at one point. I was the guy who, for whatever reason, my natural instincts on the apps or over texting wouldn't work. In fact, I was going out in real life, broad daylight, cold approaching, having great interactions with women, and then still I would fumble it over the text game because I would open with just like boring homework style openers that just killed any spark or attraction. So with the Guy app, and again, there's a free trial in the description, and stop texting like your natural self because it's not working, unfortunately. And the Guy app is really just gonna help you get out of your own way, okay? It's gonna help you not fumble a match with a great woman by helping you be your actual funny, authentic self, the same type of guy you are with your family and your friends, because what you have to realize is that you think you're being authentic on the apps by asking thoughtful questions and everything we talked about here today, but in reality that's a costume, that's the filtered version of yourself, and she can feel that energy. All right, guys. Link in the description. Check out the Guy app. Any questions or comments, drop a comment and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Peace out. Bye.